They always say she doesn't care, just move on. But what if I told you she does care? What if I told you right now her silence isn't confidence, it's fear. She's not ignoring you because she's moved on. She's quiet because she's waiting. Waiting to see if you're still trapped, still desperate, still playing her game, and the second you make the wrong move, you prove her right. But today that ends. If you're watching this, it's because you're done being played. You're done wasting your energy on someone who thrives on your reaction. And you're about to learn how silence, pure, calculated, controlled silence becomes the ultimate power move. This is how you flip the script. This is how you make her question everything. And this is how you walk away with your power, your self-respect, and your dignity intact. This isn't just about relationships. This is about life control, power, respect. It all comes down to one thing: how you react when someone tries to test you. So sit back, lock in, and pay attention, because by the time you finish this video, you'll never chase anyone again. And before we dive in, drop a comment. I will never chase again. Let the world know. Let yourself know every single day. Millions of people get caught in the same trap. Someone they care about pulls away, grows distant, and suddenly everything changes. They find themselves checking their phone nonstop, overthinking every interaction, analyzing every word, every pause, every silence, and every single time they do exactly what's expected of them. They react. This is the problem. Modern relationships are built on power dynamics. The second you react, you give up control. The second you chase, you lose value. And the second you let someone see how much their absence affects you, you hand them all the leverage. This is why the most powerful people in the world, whether in business, relationships, or life, never react. They observe, they adapt, and when someone tries to play games with them, they do the one thing that changes everything. They go silent. That's what we're breaking down today. Number one, she expects you to react. She pulls back. She delays her replies. She becomes distant, cold, and suddenly unavailable. Maybe she used to send you good morning texts, now nothing. Maybe she used to make plans, now she's always busy, but she still watches your stories. She still finds ways to be seen, making sure you notice she's out having fun, looking good. She's expecting something from you. She's waiting for the reaction, that little break in your self-control. The moment you slip even for a second and ask her what's wrong, that's when she wins, because the moment you react, she knows she's still in control. She knows she hasn't lost you, and that means she can continue playing with you, testing how much you'll tolerate, how much of her absence you'll take before you break. Most men break. They check their phone every few minutes, waiting for a text. They overanalyze the last conversation, trying to figure out where they messed up. They panic, thinking if they don't act, now she'll be gone forever. So they reach out first. They double text. They ask if she's okay. They apologize for things they didn't even do. She doesn't respect this. She expects it, and when she sees it, she loses interest. A woman only plays these games with a man she hasn't fully decided on, a man she's still testing, a man she doesn't completely respect. She wants to see if you're the kind of man who needs her validation to feel whole. And the second you show her that you do, it's over now. She's not just pulling back, she's running, because you just told her in the clearest way possible that her attention is your lifeline, that without it, you fall apart. Women do not chase men who fall apart. They chase men who don't care if they stay or go. She might think she has you figured out. She might think she's seen this play out before. She might expect you to react to prove your worth, to try and pull her back into your life. But when that doesn't happen, when you don't react, when you go silent, when you show her that her absence doesn't affect you in the slightest, that's when she starts to feel it. And that feeling, that's doubt, is what breaks her confidence. Doubt is what makes her question everything she assumed about you. Doubt is what makes her wonder, did I misjudge him? Is he actually moving on? Did I just lose a man who was worth keeping? And doubt is what brings her back. But here's the reality. Most men don't understand. By the time she realizes this, it's already too late, because the man she was testing is gone. That version of you, the one who would have chased, the one who would have crumbled under the weight of her silence, he no longer exists. You have become the one thing she fears the most, a man she cannot control. Number two, your silence breaks her control. Silence is terrifying. It's why people struggle with being alone. It's why social media exists. It's why people drown themselves in distractions, so they don't have to sit in silence and face themselves. When you go silent, you force her to do exactly that. She expected you to chase. She expected you to validate her. She expected you to keep proving yourself now. Now she's checking her phone more than you are. She's looking for signs that you still care. She's scrolling through your old texts, replaying the last time you spoke, trying to find the moment she lost her grip on you. She might try to act like she doesn't care. She might post a picture with another guy, go out with her friends, make sure you see that she's living her best life. But deep down, she's waiting. She's waiting to see if it worked. She's waiting to see if she still has that pull over you. But when the notification never comes, when you don't react, when you don't try to pull her back, that's when the panic sets in because now she's the one feeling powerless. The same way you used to wait for her reply, she's now waiting for yours. The same way you used to feel that tension when she took too long to respond, she's now feeling it the same way you used to wonder. If she was losing interest, she's now questioning if you're already gone, and that fear is what makes her come back. But here's where most men make the mistake. She'll send a text, something casual, something simple, just to see if you'll take the bait. She won't say she misses you. She won't admit she was wrong. She won't apologize. She'll just send something vague, something safe. Hey, hope you're doing good. How have you been? This is the test. Most men fail. They see the text and instantly light up. They think this is it. This is the moment. She realized she made a mistake. They reply within seconds. They try to restart the conversation. They think they've won. But the moment she sees that fast reply, she knows she still has you. And just like that, she disappears again because she was never coming back for you. She was coming back for her ego. She just needed to know you were still waiting. That's all. And now that she knows she doesn't need to talk to you anymore, that's why the strongest response isn't a response at all. If she truly wants to come back, she will put in the effort. She won't just send a lazy text. She will make it clear that she regrets losing you. But until that happens, silence. Because silence is what creates doubt, and doubt is what makes her chase. But here's the best part. By the time she's ready to chase, you're already gone, because now you don't need her validation anymore. You've built your life without her. You've focused on yourself. You've built a stronger mindset, a higher value, a level of confidence that no longer depends on her presence. And by the time she realizes what she lost, by the time she's ready to do what she never did before, by the time she wants to prove herself to you, she's too late because now she's the one chasing a ghost number 3. She will start to doubt herself. She thought she had all the time in the world. She thought you'd always be there waiting, hoping, lingering on the edge of her attention, ready to jump at the slightest sign that she might still care. She convinced herself that no matter what she did, no matter how long she ignored you, no matter how many tests she threw at you would still be there. And now, the silence is deafening. Something shifts inside her. A small, creeping doubt, at first almost unnoticeable, but it grows. It starts as a simple thought. Why hasn't he reached out? A flicker of curiosity? Then it becomes, as he moved on, the flicker turns into tension. Then it becomes, was I wrong about him? And that tension turns into something even stronger. Fear that she miscalculated. Fear that she assumed too much, fear that she lost control. Nothing shakes a woman more than the realization that she might have let something valuable slip through her fingers because in her mind, men are supposed to be predictable. She assumes that if she pulls back, the natural response is that you chase harder. She expects you to fight for her. She expects you to plead to try to make things right. But you didn't. You stayed silent. You removed your presence completely. You gave her something she never expected, the unknown. And the unknown is the most powerful force in the world, because when something is uncertain, it becomes all-consuming. It's the same reason people can't resist checking their phones when they're waiting for a response. The same reason cliffhangers in movies keep audiences hooked. The same reason people get addicted to the chase. The mind cannot stand unanswered questions, and now she's the one searching for answers. She starts looking at your social media, not just once, but obsessively. She's checking to see if you're online. She's scanning for any changes, new pictures, new connections, new energy. She might not like your posts, but she's watching. She might not text, but she's thinking. And the longer your silence continues, the deeper the doubt cuts into her confidence. She goes to her friends, the same ones who told her he'll come back. They always do, the same ones who laughed about how you were just another guy who couldn't resist her pull, but now even they are starting to wonder because the longer you go without reacting, the more undeniable it becomes. You don't need her anymore, and that terrifies her because now the power has shifted. Now she's questioning herself, and nothing makes a woman spiral faster than self-doubt. She starts replaying every interaction in her head, searching for where she went wrong. The last text she sent, the last time you saw each other, the last conversation you had. It all starts to look different in her mind. And the more she thinks about it, the more she starts to realize something she never wanted to admit. She took you for granted. She assumed she had you locked in. She assumed she could always come back when she was ready. She assumed you were like every other guy before you, desperate for her validation. But now she isn't so sure anymore. And this doubt doesn't stay inside her mind. It spills over into her actions. Suddenly she's testing the waters. She might not outright tell you she misses you. Her pride won't let her, but she'll start doing little things, throwing out subtle signals, looking for any sign that she still has access to you. She'll like an old picture, she'll send a casual text, she'll comment on something random, maybe she'll even accidentally send a message meant for someone else just to see if you'll respond. And the weak man takes the bait. He sees the small breadcrumb and pounces. He thinks this is it. This is the moment she realizes she wants me back, and the second he reaches out, the second he gives her even the smallest indication that he's still waiting, she pulls back again because now she has her answer. She doesn't actually want to come back. She just needed to know that she still could. She just needed to prove to herself that you were still within reach, that you still cared, that you were still an option. And the moment she confirms it, she disappears again, because it was never about you, it was about her control. And this is where most men lose. They let the doubt break them. They mistake her curiosity for genuine interest. They assume that just because she's watching it means she's ready to come back. But watching isn't Chang chasing. Liking isn't regretting texting. Isn't valuing a woman who truly regrets losing you doesn't send breadcrumbs. She makes it obvious. She doesn't send a random, hey, she says I made a mistake. She doesn't just like your post. She tells you she misses you. She doesn't just wait for you to reply. She fights for your attention. And until that happens, silence. Because silence is what keeps her questioning. And questioning is what makes her chase. And even better than that, questioning is what sets you free, because by the time she's ready to admit she was wrong, by the time she's built up the courage to reach out and actually tell you the truth, by the time she finally lets go of her pride, you will have already moved on. Because this entire time, while she was busy doubting herself, while she was searching for answers, while she was fighting her own mind, trying to figure out if she made a mistake, you were building, you were focusing on yourself, you were hitting the gym, you were working on your goals, you were leveling up in every way. You weren't sitting around waiting for her to decide if you were worthy of her time. You had already become untouchable. And that's the biggest regret she will ever feel. Not just losing, you losing the version of you. She never even got to meet number 4 when she tries to pull you back. She doesn't like this. She doesn't like feeling like she lost. She doesn't like feeling like she miscalculated, like she made a mistake, like she let something valuable walk away. Because in her mind, she was in control. She was the one who dictated how this went. She believed she could pull back, create distance, and you would react, that you would be the one trying to fix it, trying to get her back, trying to prove that you're still interested. That was the plan, but something happened that she never expected. You disappeared, and that shakes her, that gets inside her mind in a way nothing else can, that creates uncertainty. And uncertainty is the one thing she can't stand, because uncertainty means she doesn't know where she stands with you anymore. It means she no longer has a grip on your emotions. It means she might have actually lost you, and that is not part of her plan. She assumed she had more time. She assumed she could test the waters, see if you would chase, keep you lingering just enough to know that you were still there. But the longer your silence stretches on, the more she starts to feel the weight of her own decisions. She starts to feel the absence of your attention. And what happens when people feel the absence of something they thought they could always come back to? They panic, but she's not going to come out and say that. She's not going to call you and admit she regrets her decision. She's not going to send a long emotional message apologizing for the way she treated you. That would mean giving up control. That would mean admitting she lost. Instead, she's going to test you, because in her mind, she needs to know one thing. Do you still care? That's where the first test comes in. It's subtle. Maybe she watches your stories again. Maybe she likes an old picture. Maybe she texts something small, something vague, something safe. Hey, hope you're doing well. Just saw something that reminded me of you. It's nothing direct. It's nothing obvious, but it's a test. She wants to see how you'll react. She wants to see if you're still emotionally available, if you're still waiting, if she still has control over your mind. And the weak man, he takes the bait, he sees the message. His heart jumps, and he instantly replies. He thinks this is it. This is the moment she realizes she wants me back. But the second she sees how quickly he responds, she knows she never actually lost him. She knows she can have him whenever she wants. She knows she was never in danger of losing him in the first place. And just like that, she disappears again because it was never about missing him. It was about checking if she still had power over him. But if you don't react, if you leave her on red, if you don't take the bait, that's when the panic really starts to set in because now she has no answer. Now she doesn't know what's happening in your mind now. She truly feels the loss. So she tries again. She increases the intensity. Maybe she sends another message this time a little longer. Maybe she brings up a memory, something she knows will hit emotionally. Maybe she makes an indirect post, something designed to trigger a response. Maybe she even goes further. She starts talking to other guys just to see if you'll react. She does whatever she can to force a reaction out of you because a reaction means she still has influence over you. A reaction means she can still pull you back in whenever she wants. But here's where you win. You don't react, you don't reply, you don't play into her game. Because you know what she's doing. This isn't about her wanting to fix things. This isn't about her truly valuing you. This is about her pride, her ego, her need for validation. And that's something you will never give her again. Because the moment you stop being her emotional safety net, the moment she truly feels like she lost you, is the moment she has to make a decision. Does she fight for you, or does she accept that you're gone? And here's the harsh truth. If she was never truly invested in you to begin with, she will walk away and never come back because she was never actually yours. She just liked knowing she could have you, but if she truly regrets losing you, if she realizes that she made a mistake, if she comes to terms with the fact that she let a valuable man slip through her fingers, she won't send breadcrumbs, she won't send a vague text, she won't post indirect hints, she will show up. She will make it clear that she regrets it. She will tell you outright. She will fight for your attention the way you once fought for hers. And when that happens, you have the power. You decide if she's worth letting back in. You decide if she's earned another chance. You decide if you even want her in your life anymore. Because by the time she gets to that point, by the time she's desperate enough to actually prove herself to you, you will have already moved on. And that's the biggest lesson of all the moment. You stop chasing. The moment you remove your attention, the moment you stop playing by her rules, you become the man she was looking for all along, but by the time she realizes it, you're already gone. That's what true power looks like. That's what true self-respect is, and that's why she will never ever forget you. Number 5, mastering emotional detachment. Everything changes the moment you detach everything. The moment you stop seeking approval. The moment you stop chasing. The moment you stop trying to convince her of your worth, you become something that most people will never be truly free. Detachment is the highest form of power. It is the difference between men who live on their own terms and men who spend their lives reacting to the emotions of others. It is the skill that separates those who get what they want from life and those who are constantly wondering why nothing works out for them. It is the mindset shift that turns a man from someone who is controlled into someone who controls everything. And if you don't master this, you will always be at the mercy of someone else's decisions. You will always be the guy sitting by his phone waiting for her response. You will always be the man feeling anxious because she suddenly started pulling back. You will always be the one thinking, what did I do wrong, while she's out living her life completely unbothered. She isn't overthinking. You are. She isn't obsessing. You are. She isn't suffering. You are. And why? Because you have been conditioned to believe that the only way to prove your worth is by getting her back. But here's the brutal truth, yo.